We don't need to throw those actually. I'm Raquel. I'm somebody that's leaving being biblically illiterate in 2025. I now am going to do what the word is intended to do, which is to be able to memorize it so I can present it back to God, letting him know that I believe his word to be true, to be able to use it as a weapon to fight off the enemy, and also, most importantly, be a doer of the word, not just a hearer. The first tactic I'm going to share with you all, of course, index card. There's two ways that I'm going to be using these index cards today though. The first one is to write the name of the book, the chapter, and the verse, translation on the front, and then have the entire verse on the back. The next way is to have only half of the verse and only the book and the chapter on the front, and then the rest of the verse and the actual verse on the back. Minutes to kind of quiz yourself, keep them in your car, keep them in your purse, or keep them in your pocket, whatever works for you to be able to come back to these two index cards throughout the week. As always, I hope this was helpful. Send it to a friend that may need these tips as we keep going for the rest of the week. And my only ask is, even though this may seem a little bit more time consuming, understand we're learning. Learning takes time out of your typical schedule. Learning takes sacrifices. And I pray that you don't allow you not wanting to be the reason you don't. Because a lot of times we forget that no, things with God shouldn't feel like a chore, but naturally things that we put into our schedule that we're not used to doing can initially feel like a chore, and eventually it's just our go-to routine. And so I pray that you don't do it 4 times a week, 3 times a week, just whenever you can set a goal, try and stick to it. In fact, in the comments, drop how many times a week you think that you can go over these index cards for at least 5 minutes a day.